And we're back. In the last episode, we met Tagora Gorjek, and I did some research between episodes, and Gorgor was actually in his Friendsim thing. So that was canon and not fanon. Still though, the blue guy, let's hope we learn a bit more about him now. Also, I forgot to save, so clicking through this is going to be hell. Take a bath. You are more than a little concerned about the trap part of the instructions you just received, but hey, at least a trap you know about is better than one you don't. And with everything else he can see so freaky pristine, he has to be hiding some evil somewhere. You wonder if it's a dungeon. A dungeon could be cool. The ferret bounds down off its pedestal and jerks its head for you to follow it. Because it seems like a regular thing to do, and Tagora is busy on his computer. It leads you to a bathroom, which is just as fancy and clean as everything else you've seen, and wow, this art is pretty. Fancy rainbow soap. Elusis chitters at you for a second, squirms its big noodle body around, and leaves, shutting the door behind it. You wait a second till it's probably gone before you test the handle. It's unlocked. Huh. You wonder what the point, or, motive might be for leading you to this room, until you turn and see yourself in the mirror. That is some haggard-looking stuff right there, so fair. You're flying by the seat of your pants, but you guess maybe you're supposed to take a bath? If not, and he gets mad and unleashes the ferret on you, at least you'll meet your maker nice and clean. You half expect some indiscernible goo or blood or something to come out of the faucet in a weird lumpy tub, but thankfully it's just water. Once you're in, you take a look at the truly inordinate amount of bath products you have at your fingertips. There are 3 shelves of little bottles and soaps and unidentifiable lathersome accessories by the tub alone. There's even more by the mirror. The labels are all gibberish, of course, but you sniff a few until you find something flowery and go to town. You take more time than you should in there, but you haven't experienced the moments of luxurious solitude in a bit. Full-time friendship searching can be difficult work. It's good to recharge. Once you're freshly scrubbed and dried, you slather yourself head to toe with some lotion you find in an iridescent vial. You hope he won't mind you using it. He wants you to be presentable, and this stuff is sparkly. You're starting to feel rejuvenated as hell, ready to knock this friendship stuff right out of the park. You leave your dirty, torn-up old clothes on the floor, wrap yourself in one of the many satin bathrobes folded on a shelf, and head back out to find Tagora. He's standing in his foyer, waiting with the contract he typed for you. When he sees you, his eyebrow ticks up. I see you went with the rainbow drinker serum, full-body application. Bold choice. I mean, it's an incredibly rare and expensive product, and I do expect to be remunerated, but I won't lie, it works. Crush, fresh handmade troll cosmetics. Yeah, sure, that stuff. You don't want to let on that you don't know what it is, since he seems impressed. Instead, you give his ego a little stroke and tell him you hadn't seen such a sumptuous array of self-care accoutrements in so long that you couldn't help yourself. Not everyone takes skincare as seriously as they should. I assumed you were taking forever in there because you got lost or didn't know how to use the ablution trap. I hadn't considered the possibility that you were just doing your regimen. Noted. Rebate for impeccable skincare. Hey! At least he knows how to take care of his skin. You hold your arms out to admire the well-hydrated sheen you have going on. This time, you're not really even talking nonsense. It does actually look pretty good. Tagora seems like he's struggling. He keeps opening his mouth to say something, then changing his mind. He's clutching the documents in his hands like a flotation device. He looks down at them, and back at you. I typically only use that particular product to highlight my cheek blades, but there's no reason you shouldn't apply it more liberally, especially if cost isn't an issue. It's a little drastic for my personal style, but there is a certain unorthodox glamour to it he likes. The next bit looks like it hurts him a bit to get out. Would you like to step outside to see the full effect? You bet your ass you would. You're curious about what he means by effect, and this seems like more fun than signing stuff. He places the documents down on his desk like they're made of glass, not paper. He looks up at his Lucis, who just sorta tilts its head to the side. You look away and give them privacy to do whatever eyeball communication is going on. After a bit, Tagora clears his throat and heads toward the door. You don't comment on the bluish flush in his cheeks. For all the shift in his demeanor, he still seems like he might kick you out on your butt if you tried to get too feelingy with him. Seems like this is some sort of pale solicitation. Or flushed, for that matter. You start to glow as soon as you step back out into his dark front yard. Not in a light bulb sort of way, but a subtle, ethereal luminescence. What is this stuff? Now that is a look. I mean, there's still the unfortunate issue of your hornlessness and overall aberrance, and the fact that you're still wearing my evolution robe. But it's cutting edge, I'll give you that. You look almost like a real one. Oh, he likes vampires. You don't know what that means, but you want to roll around eternally in the praise part. You ask if the look will help your case. Right, your case, of course. He bites his lip and looks back through the window at the paper sitting on the desk where he left them. Aww! You hope he still wants to represent you, or at least that he'd want to hang out, even if he wasn't going to. You don't get a chance to prod, though, because right then someone rounds the corner on the sidewalk in front of his hive. It's him! Tagora's face immediately shudders into its usual simpering mask. There's an edged panic around his eye, though. Wow, GALEKH, what have we here? It's a blue-themed troll, which, if you remember right, means he's a fancier guy than Tagora. He's grinning like Troll Christmas came early. You can feel Tagora vibrating out of his skin next to you. Who even is this guy? I think we all know who this guy is. When he gets close enough to get a good look at you, he jumps and screeches some expletives. Tagora is frozen, the corner of his mouth pulled back to show his teeth. The new guy is ignoring him in favor of noticing that you're dressed in Tagora's monogram leisure wear, if his look of fascinated horror is anything to go by. Oh no! I think GALEKH might think Tagora is cheating on him or something. You don't really know what makes you do it. You should wait for Tagora to get himself together and do the talking, but you're riding the high of him almost seeming like he was enjoying your company. Plus, nothing boosts confidence like looking like a beautiful spooky angel. So you're tossed to your head, put on your best fancy guy voice and say, "What, never seen a real one before?" You're placing all your chips on this guy knowing something you don't. But when his eyes get huge and he starts stumbling over himself to back away down the sidewalk, you know it's paid off. Tagora blinks, then jumps right in, picking up directly where you left off. Surely someone as well informed of yourself knows a rainbow drinker when he sees one. Sparkly vampires, man! The blue guy doesn't respond with anything more coherent than a string of yelps as he hightails it back the way he came. When he's gone, you turn to Tagora and ask him super casually what on earth a rainbow drinker is. He stares at you in stunned silence. Are you telling me you didn't know? You nod. And that you ran with it anyway, exploiting the fear you picked up on to turn the tide of a delicate encounter to your favor? You shrug. You guess so. You tell Tagora you hope his friend wasn't too freaked out. Friend? No, I hate that guy. There are simply times when being liked by your betters is helpful. Though technically fearing me is just as good. Better, maybe. In a black rum kind of way. So, you know. Thank you. Tagora's laugh is soft. It's not a sound you expected to hear. He's happy because of something you did. You can't help it, you start laughing too. That was a bit of a rush, wasn't it? It was almost fun. I certainly didn't see it coming anyway. I underestimated you. He gives you an appraising look and takes a deep breath. You're so nervous all of a sudden. You feel unbalanced on the precipice of what he might be about to say. From one prevaricator to another, I would let you in on something. I haven't actually encountered an alien before. Surcharge for truth reveal. Oh, sweet relief. You tell him his act was airtight. And as long as everyone's doing the truth thing, you admit you lied a bit too. You aren't actually rich. Yes, that's clear now. You have the invaluable ability to fake it, though. That's potentially much better. Why don't we put your case on hold for the time being? You wouldn't have enjoyed the outcome of our legal system anyway. What legal system? Preemptive interest on held suit. We can find an alternate means of you working off your debt. Not if I owe you $10 every time you say a line. I think we may make a better team than I previously anticipated. With our wits combined, we can tackle bigger and better things than traffic injuries. He flexes his hand to his side, then at one swift and decisive movement, he extends it out to you. On his face is something close to an honest-to-God real smile. I never actually formed a legitimate partnership of any sort before, but I believe this is how it's done. What do you say? The glow in your heart shines brighter than any expensive and still kind of mysterious lotion. You take his hand in your firm, no-nonsense grasp of pure, inexorable joy, and shake it. Friendship! Yes, I'm here. Oh, that's so cute! So Tagora's into vampires, huh? I would not have expected that. Can't wait for the fan art to start rolling in. So that went a lot differently than I expected. I like how GALEKH still showed up, who I'm going to persistently say that's GALEKH until we get proof to the contrary. Except that if in every new installment of Friendsim, it's canon that you got the good ending with all of the previous trolls, I wonder if you're gonna run into GALEKH and be like, hey, it's the blue guy from when I was hanging out with the lawyer guy, or whatever. That'd be pretty cool. I think that'd be pretty cool, but I don't think they would do that. I don't know, maybe. Because in that canon, he would think you were a vampire and run away or something. So that was a bit nonsensical, a little fun times, yeah. Next episode will be Diamond 1 and Diamond 2, and then we will do the 2 of Vicare. I don't know when I'll be able to get those recorded, because I'm going to be out of town for the next 3 days. But I will do my best.